Hey everyone, it's Tony here with Nerds Never Sleep, and I'm bringing you guys another Iron Studios 1/10 scale unboxing. This is Nightcrawler from the X-Men, of course, from the X-Men line, where they kind of have a big Sentinel battle happening. It is called the Sentinel Battle Diorama. This set contained 3 gigantic 2 to 3 foot tall Sentinels that had, X-Men all over them or standalone by themselves, and a bunch of proxy pieces you could put around that are still coming out to this day. So Nightcrawler came out a while ago. I missed my pre-order windows on every site for him, sold out. And I was kind of bummed because I was really excited about getting Nightcrawler. He's one of those characters, he's really cool looking, and he's one of those ones you want to have in your collection. Didn't want to pay scalper prices for him. Didn't want to double my price on him. So I just kind of waited. And luckily, Iron Studios did a restock of these. I don't know if they had some old stock or what, but I was lucky enough to grab it several weeks ago. And he's just been kind of sitting and waiting because I've been getting delayed after delay after delay due to, real life outside going on. So we're going to go ahead today and we're going to take a look at this guy together, and hopefully he looks as good as all the pictures. Now, if you're new to the channel, you don't know, I do a lot of this stuff. As you can see here, I've done Logan, I've done Psylocke, as well as about maybe 15 or 20 others of these as well from, Avengers, the MCU stuff, things like that. So Iron Studios puts out a lot of really amazing pieces. Small scale, 1/10, easy to display, easy to move around. Love it. I do larger pieces like Sideshow, stuff like that as well. But I love having these smaller pieces because they are easier to display. So far, these Iron Studios X-Men Live have been chef's kiss. They've been so awesome. They definitely have the classic X-Men, like 90s, 80s feel to them. All the costumes are amazing. The paint work is really well done. And you can tell, obviously, they put a lot of care and detail into these and the pieces of the Sentinel all over the bases as well. So, I'm super excited about getting to Nightcrawler finally. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring you guys in. I'm going to let you take a 360 look at this box real quick, and then we're going to rip it open and check them out together. All right, so right off the bat, you can obviously tell this is one of the older style boxes. If you are familiar with these or have been keeping up on the channel, the newer boxes have a circular cutout here with a picture of the statue in it. This more has the cutout of the Iron Studios logo. Ooh, almost knocked him over. And a picture of the statue as well. So we've got the Iron Studios, Marvel Comics, BDS, obviously, battle diorama display. 1/10 scale, all the good spiel over here. We've got a close-up picture of the statue. Here over on the side, we've got the Iron Studios info here, a kind of silhouette of Nightcrawler. On the other side, we've got the Iron Studios logo, which is Iron Studios. Now, the newer ones do have their new motto and everything on it, so obviously you can tell these are different. And then on the back, we have a more full picture of the Nightcrawler statue itself. On the top, we're going to have Nightcrawler with the X-Men logo on it. So, nothing too crazy. These boxes are very simple, very straight to the point. Show you what you're going to get, and I like it. I like the design. Not as much of a fan of the newer design, but I definitely like this older style design of the boxes. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and open him up right now. All right, so I've already went and made all my incisions around here. Obviously, the top of the box has the Iron Studios logo and, of course, says top on it. I'm going to wiggle this loose without breaking anything. Alrighty. So, looks like we have a few pieces here. By what you can tell here, we're going to have some little parts, it looks, and I think this is going to be his tail over here. So, I'm going to start with the big piece, which must be the base. So, we're going to go ahead. We're going to carefully unwrap it. I mean, it's just tissue paper, but you never know what could happen. Oh, this base looks kind of cool. It is a little sharp, so it will rip through the tissue paper a little bit. Put this over here, make some noise real quick. So this is actually pretty neat. It's got like the kind of almost translucent Bamf effect here. So he's definitely teleporting. We've got a piece of the Sentinel around the back here, which is what they all seem to be doing. There are some jagged edges here. Just be careful you don't break them. Nothing too crazy. Got the Iron Studios logo on the bottom, X-Men and Nightcrawler. So I'm just looking real quick to see where he's going to peg in. Think I can see where his feet are going to go. There's a small insertion right here. So I'm going to put it right here so I can see. What do we got in this little pocket? In this little pocket we have, oh, it's a little, okay. Got a little extra Bamf effect. And yeah, it even has its own base as well. So this is just a little extra piece, possibly to put on your display somewhere else. Maybe show that he's teleporting from one spot to another. Pretty cool. I like that. And we've got this, looks like this little guy right here. This is going to be Nightcrawler himself. Again, I always tell everyone, just be careful when you're taking the tissue paper off. Again, I've never seen anything really bad happen. It's tissue paper. He looks really awesome. I'm digging it. Here he is right here. It looks like he's obviously teleporting in, and we're going to have a shot right here. So let's see where he's going to go. Just want to be careful when you insert this because, so you can tell he does have some footholds. He has a little curled toe right here that looks like it's going to go right in as well. So again, just be careful when you do this because sometimes you can, sometimes it can get a little messy. Damn it. Okay. All right. So that was very frustrating. And I finally got Nightcrawler in. I actually had to step away. And just so you guys know, this peg in his foot is very difficult to get in properly. I actually had to go off camera and do a whole bunch of stuff just to get this thing in all the way. I had to shave down. There was paint residue all over the peg. I had to shave all that off, and I actually had to go into the hole, the keyhole on the base here with a very thin, a very tiny screwdriver and scrape around inside there as well. Then start to finagle and wiggle him back and forth until the toes locked in. So the toes are locked into the base now. And I'm telling you right now, he ain't coming out. He ain't ever coming out of this thing. So with as pain in the butt as this was to put in, it's never coming out. Now the last part is his twisty, twirly tail. So be very careful with that. Super, super, super lightweight piece here. He's got his little pointy tail. And I don't think this is going to actually be a magnet. I have to see where it's supposed to plug in, because it is set a certain way. All right. I want to just make sure. I believe this is the right way. Wow, God, why couldn't everything else have keyed in that easily? So I'm going to kind of put the tail going around this way, kind of going under his hand. You can set it up, I mean, behind his arm, however you want, but I'm going to put it up over or in front of his arm. So looks really good. I mean, this is a frustrating piece to get going, but he looks really damn good. So I am going to do the usual, bring you guys in, let you take a closer look at this and the difficult ass part to put in. I'll show you guys up close what this foot looks like. Yeah, this was difficult. This is a difficult assembly just because of that peg. So let's bring you guys in and show you guys how he looks. Alrighty, so as always, I'm going to give you guys a nice little 360 view of Kurt Wagner, aka the Amazing Nightcrawler. As you can see here, just like with all these other statues, they are killing it with the amount of detail in this thing, and you can just see it even from this distance. The effects over here and everything. I mean, I'm even, like I said, I like that they did this. I'm going to show you guys up close. Hopefully it will focus on it. I'm going to do this. There we go. As you can see, it's a little just teleportation effect. It's a little Bamf. So you can kind of just place it wherever you want. And boom, you can just say, hey, he's teleporting. And that's pretty cool. I like that. It's just one of those little attentions to detail that Iron Studios is really, really good at. So I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit closer now. Now, this base is not as crazy on the Sentinel part as a lot of them. But as you can see, obviously it is a Sentinel. It's got a bunch of scratches here going around on it. And we've got some, just some more metal pieces over here on the side. We've got, looks like, so this is probably either a knee or a elbow joint perhaps, you know, going off, and you can't really see the rest of it because, bamf, you know, there comes Nightcrawler farting his way out of it. So, this right here is that pain in the rear, sorry about the blur, foot. Now, the pain part is the peg is here, underneath, right before his heel. And his heel, obviously, has a toe on it, right? So you can see, I'll try to zoom in as best I can here without it blurring. You can see the toe kind of wraps around. And then on this side, this toe actually plugs in underneath one of these little spikes right here. So it is a very difficult thing to finagle in. And hopefully I'm done blurring you guys, but I just wanted to show you that little thing quick. But as you can see, the effect is really good. The costume is super clean. You know, he's got his hand kind of with his little 3 fingers going in between here. Looks really, really good. There's his other foot, and it gives you a better look at his little feet and what I'm talking about with his little grips going on. So the costume is his classic Nightcrawler costume. The muscle detail is really, really good. I do like the tail. The tail came out great. It is very, very fragile, so be careful with it. Again, he has his other hand kind of up here. Again, clean sculpt and paint. Here is the money shot right here. The face looks awesome. Even the little tiny teeth. Everything looks really, really good here. His ears, he's got his little pointed elf ears, his little goatee. It looks fantastic. I love the profile of it. This looks great. He is a very, very awesome looking piece. Super dynamic. So, again, my only gripe was that assembly. So, he does look amazing, though. This is definitely a standout piece in this set. Looks very, very great. I'm going to take you guys over real quick, show you how he looks with a couple of the proxy pieces before we close this video out. All right, so here he is first with Psylocke, who I did on this channel as well. They pair up really, really nicely. They look great. I was very, very happy with Psylocke. If you want to check her out a little closer, I did do an unboxing and review on her. But again, these two look really, really good together. You can just put his little Bamf anywhere you want. Really cool. They look good together. So, I'm going to show you guys him with another of my favorite recent pieces. My recent pieces, which was Logan here in his street clothes. And again, even these two look really, really good together. So, again, these Sentinel proxy pieces look great no matter how you pair them up. Just one more quick one for size and scale reference. This is that trio I just showed you with the Apocalypse Deluxe version. Now, Apocalypse is freaking massive. So you can literally put a whole bunch of X-Men kind of sizing up against him. This trio looks pretty cool together. So they might end up being in a display together, but again, there is a gigantic difference, and I do appreciate that they are scaling these appropriately. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick little peek. If you want to check out any of these up close, I have done reviews and unboxings for every one of these. So let's go ahead and give my final thoughts on Nightcrawler. All right, everyone. So that was it for another amazing Iron Studios X-Men piece. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to give the negative right out of the way. This thing, now I've assembled Quicksilver on the channel. I've done the Jean Grey that had the wobbly leg peg into the base, and I've assembled Mojo on this channel, who everyone says is the most difficult one of these to put together. I did not have nearly as much trouble with any of those as I did getting this together, and it was one freaking piece. Now, in my little break, I did a little bit of research, talked to some people in my forums real quick, and 9 out of 10 people that got this piece had a problem with the peg. Several of them had to actually have Iron Studios replace it. So, if you don't want to go through all the trouble that I just did, kind of on camera, kind of off camera, I think I spent about 3.5 hours trying to finagle this thing to get together in the course of 2 days. This video started on Wednesday night before I went into work, and it is now Thursday night when I am finishing this video. So obviously I had to change back into my clothes from the beginning of this video, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's an amazing looking piece. You guys saw it for yourself. It's another just knock it out of the park figure by Iron Studios. And I can't take that away from it. But I can, and I'm going to have to deduct a point for the pain in the ass assembly, because this should not have been something that was hard to assemble. Forge, Bishop, Gambit, Havoc, Magic, Rogue, Logan, Psylocke all had foot pegs that keys that went into the bases, no problem. This is the only one that I've had so far experience such a pain that I almost did just over a replacement. So I was going to give this guy a 9 out of 10 because he's freaking amazing looking. But you know what? I got to knock it down due to the difficulty, and it wasn't anything in my part. It was just that it was not set right. So I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I am going to highly recommend getting him, but I am going to suggest you open it immediately and you check the compatibility with that foot peg and that base. Because if you have a problem, send it back to them, get a replacement. Or go through the headache I did. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I didn't damage the statue at all. But maybe there was debris inside there. I don't know, but something was causing it to not fit right. So, just giving you guys a heads up. All in all, again, if it wasn't for that, he'd be a 9 out of 10. This thing is freaking amazing. They did the character complete justice. I love how we have the little Bamf proxy piece over here that we can have where he's teleporting. Great little added feature. Attention to detail is there. The base looks amazing. The effect looks great. The pose is awesome. Like I said, I could sing this thing's praises all day. That one negative almost killed it for me, though. So, again, I'm going to recommend it to you guys, but give you guys that warning as well. So, I've ranted and rambled enough about this one longer. This one took longer than I wanted to. So, I'm going to cut this video right now. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys got a little bit of a laugh at my expense, but also take the warning, heed the warning, and if you do get them, immediately check it. Make sure there's not an issue with yours. Be very careful if you do buy it. from a third party because they may not take it back from you. Just letting you guys know. So, as always, click that like button, subscribe button, the share button, all the buttons, every button. Linktree is down in the description below with all the social medias that I'm on. I just started posting things to Rumble as well, per request. And yeah, it's a difficult spot because I'm not a political channel. So we'll see how it does. But if you guys are on there and you want to find me on there, I'm there as well. Hopefully my next unboxing will not be as stressful, but I did just get a massive delivery today from Sideshow of the J. Scott Campbell Fairy Tale Fantasies Red Riding Hood. So I'll be doing that probably next week. I'm going to wait, do some smaller stuff this weekend. So with that being said, thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.